Today we're taking a spin in the ADX, the newest and one of the smallest members of Acura's lineup. And I think it's a pretty big deal for the brand's success and for fans of the brand. Well, maybe not the hardcore fans, but definitely the kind of buyers that Acura is looking to attract right now. You see, this small SUV segment is the hottest segment of the automotive industry in the US. This is where most of the buyers are shopping. So even though it's a little tight, it's kind of a big deal. Let's take a closer look. The ADX is Acura's smallest SUV, built on the same global architecture as the Integra sedan that debuted recently. Interestingly, it's the exact same length as the Integra to the decimal place at 185.8 inches. However, its wheelbase is around 3 inches shorter than the sports sedan at 104.5 inches, and it's no coincidence that that's exactly the same as the Honda HR-V. Now, this entry-level premium luxury sedan is designed to compete with the likes of the Mercedes-Benz GLA class, the Audi Q3, and the Lexus UX. And so up front, we've got classic Acura design here with the simplified version of the jewel-eye headlights and the chicane daytime running lights. And that leads into this big jewel-like pentagonal grille with a large Acura badge. Real pointy up here. Now at the rear of the vehicle is where you can see a lot more of that HR-V DNA, from these chunky D-pillars to the proportion of the taillights to the general scale of the SUV. Now while we're back here, let me show you one of my favorite features. Now like most luxury SUVs, we've got a power lift gate here. The problem with these things is that when it comes time to leave, you've got to tap the close button, grab your load, and hope you get away before you bonk your head. However, Acura has a feature called the walk-away liftgate, so I can just press this second button and it'll hold while I gather my things up. Once I'm ready to walk away with my hands full, I just leave and it automatically closes when I get far enough away. In front of me, I've got two screens, a 10.2-inch digital instrument cluster and a 9-inch main touchscreen display. Despite that being the smaller number, the aspect ratio really makes this the bigger of the two screens as far as real estate goes. Interestingly, it's oriented completely perpendicular to the dashboard, which is great for passenger access, but if you're a shorty or you sit really close to the steering wheel, it can kind of feel like the screen is skewed away from the driver's seat. I guess that's why automakers tend to tilt these in towards the driver's seat. On the right side, there's a volume knob, which is great. It's sad that the bar is that low, but you wouldn't believe how many cars I've been in this year that don't have that. This is nice. Now powering this is Google built-in software, which means that you've got Google Maps for your navigation, the Google Play Store if you'd like to download apps, and Google Assistant for voice control. You've also got the ability to use the standard Android Auto and Apple CarPlay via wired or wireless connections. That's particularly good for iPhone users who don't want to give Google all of their data. Under the hood, we've got a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that makes 190 horsepower. You may notice that's around 10 horsepower less than the Integra. The torque at 179 pound-feet is also lower than the sports sedan. However, that torque does come on 100 RPM sooner, which is nice, I guess. Now, the ADX is available in either front-wheel drive or with optional all-wheel drive. The only transmission option that you get is a continuously variable gearbox that you can shift between virtual ratios with these sort of paddle shifters here. I don't really recommend it though. You've got a couple of different drive modes to choose from. You've got normal, comfort, snow, and sport. Sport is going to get you the best performance out of the engine, adjusting the throttle response and the transmission's logic for the most responsive drive and the best acceleration. I've been averaging around 24-25 miles per gallon with mostly highway driving this week, which is fine, but nothing to write home about, especially for a vehicle of this size in this class. If you're the kind of person who puts fuel economy high on the list of things that you're looking for in a vehicle in this class, maybe consider the Lexus UX or even the slightly larger NX, both of which are going to give you much more fuel economy for around the same price ballpark. Now, speaking of price windows, the Acura ADX starts at $35,000 for the base model and front-wheel drive. This A-Spec with advanced package is going to tip the scales at $42,000 at the top of the line. Factor in $2,000 for either of those prices if you're looking for all-wheel drive. Now, the small SUV segment is one of the most shopped segments in the US car market. We're talking like 30% of all new cars sold in the US in 2025 so far fall into either the subcompact or small SUV segment. That means that as far as sales are concerned, subcompact SUVs are actually bigger than pickup trucks, which is why this is very important to Acura. and it's also the place where the most competition is. Overall, I really like the ADX, and why wouldn't I? It's not perfect, but it blends a lot of the aspects of vehicles that I love into a stylish and cohesive package. It's got that Honda DNA that make it a joy to drive even when you're not flogging it. It's got that Acura mojo that make it a great car to sit in and a stylish one to look at. The level of performance that you're getting here, the level of technology you're getting for the price make it a very good value for this class. Nowhere near as good of a value as an HR-V would be, but then again, if you're shopping in this entry-level luxury class, it's definitely a great choice for the money. Now, at the end of every video, I've been asking you guys for questions that I can answer at the end of the next video. So if you've got questions about this vehicle, any of the other cars we reviewed, or anything automotive related, drop it down in the comments and I'll answer them in the next one. Drive safe, and I'll see you next time.